Hey, welcome. We're live. Yo-Yo's. It's Coach's Couch. We've got two couches tonight. Actually, we have two couches every week at Yo-Yo's. Shout out to Yo-Yo's, by the way. Thanks for hosting. Lucas, Simon, thank you. We're live. We've got Coach. It is your show. We've got Chad. It's also your show. We've got RZ in the back.
That's whose show it is.
It's actually RZ's show. If you're wanting to sponsor this show, you better get in line because we've already got a couple sponsors. We've got a couple couch sponsors I want to recognize on the onset. Darren and Lindsay Peters, Alex and Amy Giorgio. Shout out to y'all for supporting this show and this program. We're also going to go through our segment sponsors as we go along, but we'll get right into it. As always, we encourage questions from our audience. We have a great audience tonight. Shout out to DZ over there.
Oh, they're whistling. They're whistling, Dan.
We got others. We're starting to get a packed house up in Yo-Yo's. Come on out every night.
Look, more people coming in, too.
Oh, yeah. Get a number, guys. Next week, we're going to be live from the OG Coach's Couch. We're going back to the original couch in Coach's office. So tune in. Same time. I think that's same bat channel, same bat time. You remember when they – no.
I don't know what you're talking about,
It's
Dan.
going to be 6:15 from the original Coach's Couch. But, again, if you have questions tonight, go ahead and message us. We're at Coach's Couch _Mahomet. There's no E in coaches. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We'll field your questions at the end of the show. We got some good ones for you tonight.
Can't wait.
Let's get right into it. We're going to start with a little bit of Effingham recap. Mr. Chad Collins, why don't you get us going on that?
Well, let me pull up my stats here, Dan. Thank you for that intro.
He's an analytics guy.
Coach, I want to just give you a couple of things here that I'm sure you know by heart, but want to talk about. Luke Dyer, 15 of 24, 331 yards, 63%. It should be noticed that was, in completion-wise, that was a lower percentage than he normally is, but still racked off 331 yards. My question to you on Effingham, and let's just set the record straight. 49 to goose egg, an absolute shellacking. Take it down to rushing, we had 109 yards. My question to you is this. What did you guys see in the I'll get it out here in a second as soon as I think of my question. What did you guys see in the prep work where you knew you could dominate them in your passing game?
Yeah, I think we felt really good about not only our personnel as far as our wide receiving core and then Lucas Dyer being able to get those guys the ball. But then it was more so what they did defensively. You know, they were going to try to man our guys up across the board. They were going to load the box to stop the run. Big Michael Love, number 44, one of the best D linemen we've seen. Their box was very solid. Again, 4-2, 4-3 scheme, which meant they had to cover in the back end. And it was a lot of cover zero, a lot of man-to-man. And like I mentioned earlier, we felt really good about our matchups. You saw Bryson have another good game. Hammer stepped up well. Again, Ray making plays. And then also, Mason as well. It just anytime you got number 7 back there at the helm and he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to find a way to make plays. And I know he was 63%. We missed a couple deep shots there. We tried to do some things a little bit differently, but we wanted to install them and have them in. And if nothing else, we love the idea of taking those deep shots. So we just missed them a little bit here and there. But again, when it came down to it, we converted what we needed to convert. 63%, you said, 300-something yards. Absolute great performance by both sides of the ball, but specifically to your question, offensively, again, putting up great numbers.
Well, Dan will speak to defense here in just a minute. I do want to, I'm a numbers geek. Data doesn't lie, right? And I want to just share something with you and get your thoughts on it. We're talking about the passing game for Bulldogs. This ties into the 331 last game. There's a lot on the board across, all of the games so far. Completions, passing attempts, passing yards, passing percentages, yards completion. There's about 15 stats on here. Every one of these are above the national average in high school. What does that say about your team?
I mean, again, if that doesn't scream how good Lucas Dyer is, I don't know what else will. I've been saying it for
He's
years.
not committed. He's not committed.
Been saying it for years. I don't know what college coaches are waiting on. I know he's not 6'5" like you might want him to be, or 215, or
Either was Drew Brees.
Again, he's one of the smartest quarterbacks I've ever been around, and he makes so many checks and reads and decisions in game on where he wants the ball to be delivered, and then he delivers it. You know, again, he's got a great arm. His accuracy's very good. Like I said earlier, and I'll continue to say it, anytime Seven's got the ball in his hands, we got a really good shot. So I've been really proud of him up through this entire season so far, and I can't wait to see how far he continues to take us.
Well, and that leads us right into this week's game. Bulldogs coming in. Last regular season home game of the year. Dan, let's talk a little bit about Mattoon.
Yeah, so we got Mattoon. It's senior night, Coach, and we talk about this every year, but this is about the time of year where you start looking ahead to the playoffs. It's human nature to do that. It's that time of year where you start thinking about it. You and I both know, though, that you need 6 wins to guarantee a playoff. We're at 5-2. They come in at 2-5. They do have a couple quality wins against a Mount Zion team that is really, you never know what you're going to get. And they've beat Charleston, which, again, Charleston's shown signs of good football. How do you get your team prepared to not overlook and look ahead to the playoffs or even to next week with Peoria?
Yeah, again, I think it's because of our senior class. They don't do that. They let me do that, and I love to do that. It's hard not to, like you said. But our senior class is focused on their night. You know, it's going to be a special night tomorrow night. It is senior night and senior week for a reason. So I know that these guys are locked in and looking forward to this opportunity again on what could potentially be, maybe their last home game on this field. But like I mentioned to him, at the end of last week, we're in the driver's seat. We control our own destiny. To your point, 5-4 in the playoffs, you're probably on the road. All of a sudden, you're 7-2 in the playoffs. Guess what? You're probably hosting a game. So how do we want these last 2 weeks to go? This first one being senior night, again, we had a great week of preparation. That's all due in large part to our seniors and the leadership that we've gotten out of them all year long. I'm excited for tomorrow night, their night.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a lot about the seniors tonight in our Chalk Talk segment. Before we get to that, let's talk a little bit, just one question about Mattoon. I did a little homework, very little homework. The Green Wave come in again at 2-5, but they've got a running back, Tristan Sewell, that is a little scary. He put up 270 plus against a good Mount Zion team. Talk about your game plan. You've seen some great running backs this year. What do you change with Tristan coming in to the home field?
Yeah, he is a very good running back. He's probably going to be in the mention for all conference, up there with the Dunston kid and a few others. I'd throw Cade Ashby's name in there as well. But he's a very good running back behind a very good offensive line, a senior-dominated offensive line. And then just as much as you want to focus on Tristan, you can't forget that their hero is the coach's son. And they do a great job of moving him all around the field. So again, if you're just too focused on Tristan, then you're going to lose him in the disguise of wherever they're putting him in H-back, tight end, out wide, etc. Then when you're trying to find him, then that's when they hit you with Tristan up the middle. So they do a lot of good things schematic wise. Again, formationally, specifically, you'll see one of the craziest formations I've ever seen, where everybody's on the line of scrimmage except for one running back, and they literally overload like 7 people to one side. It's pretty impressive, all the formation stuff that they do. But Jared does a great job, and again, anytime his son is involved, he's a senior now. He started since he was a freshman. Very good football player that we're definitely going to have to keep our eye on as well.
Yeah, and of course it's senior night, Coach, so after the break we're going to talk about our seniors. You know what, let's just take a break. We'll come right back. We're going to talk seniors on our Chalk Talk segment. We'll be right back here on Coach's Couch.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo is your solution. The WMX2 Duo is perfect for interviews, podcasts, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo today. Shop the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators wanted.
This week in Bulldog Athletics is the leader in Mahomet Seymour Junior High and High School Athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps of all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Hey, welcome back, Coach's Couch fans. We are live at Yoyo's. I'm throwing a curveball at you. I kind of messed up. We're actually not going to do Chalk Talk, Chad.
I see
some
that.
Special
I see
guests, and I understand they both have some girlfriend issues they need to get to. Maybe date
Wait, is this
night.
a therapy couch?
Actually, it might be. You guys ready for some personal therapy?
Sure. It's a comfortable couch, so.
Oh, it's comfy. This is Inside the Huddle. This segment is sponsored by This Week in Bulldog Athletics. We call him Twiba. Old Twiba sponsors this section. It's called Inside the Huddle, where we bring in a couple of players. We are honored tonight to have Mr. Cade Harrell right here and Mr. Ray Long over by Chad. We've got some great questions lined up for these fellas. Chad, why don't you get started with Ray?
Well, Ray, why don't you just start off by telling us your year, your position, how long you've been playing football?
Yeah, I'm a wide receiver. I've been playing football all high school, nothing before that. And senior year's been a little wild for me, so. But.
Well, let's just talk about that a second. Before we do, let me give you some stats. If you haven't watched this before, I'm in love with stats.
Gotcha.
So we're in the 7th games completed, going into 8th. Ray, you've got 138 yards receiving on the year, averaging 23 per catch. That's impressive. Averaging 69 yards a game. Your longest pass or longest reception is 53 yards. That doesn't seem like a lot of yards this deep into the season. There's a reason for that, though, isn't there?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was diagnosed with a heart condition called Wolff Parkinson White before the season started. But, we're back now. It's all good, and we're doing what we can.
I love that. And I don't know if you watched, we shouted you out. We dedicated the show to you 2 or 3 games ago.
On
I
Bulldog
think you were
TV.
in the hospital recovering, if I'm not mistaken.
I actually heard Dan shout me out a couple times on Bulldog TV. It was nice to hear.
So I absolutely love when you're in because I don't know how tall you are, but you feel like you're like 17'3".
I think he's 6'4". Am I wrong?
6'4"?
Yeah.
6'4", like 800.
Well, I'm not going to say
I
it.
hope
Never mind.
Mattoon's taking notes.
So what do you actually love about football the most? Do you love just pancaking people, making the long catches, being a decoy? Like what's your...
I think my favorite thing about it is probably just the atmosphere of it. Like going out, running out every Friday and being with the guys is just awesome, especially with our home crowd. It's great.
Well, we didn't know you were coming back. And when you first came in, I hit mute on the mics and said, Dan, Ray Long's back in. It's on like Donkey Kong. We're going for it.
Yeah, buddy.
So we've got also over here, we'll call him Cade for now.
Yeah.
Dan, why don't you take it over?
My first question for you, Cade.
Yep.
I've watched you grow up, so this is going to be a longer segment than normal.
Okay.
Cade, my first question is, do you pronounce Mattoon or Mattoon?
Mattoon is how I pronounce
That's the correct pronunciation. You're 1 for 1. So we actually don't talk a lot about this, but you have some nicknames.
I do, yeah.
All right. Make sure you're at least 2 inches because we want to make sure everybody can hear you.
Got it.
Here we go.
The first one I want to know about, honest to God, Blade.
Yeah.
Coach refers to you as Blade.
Yep.
Chad and I think that's from your side gig business because you could throw down some lines, which, by the way, can I reserve you in mid-May?
Yeah,
Prior to Kylie's graduation party, I need you to throw down some lines in my yard.
I can do that for you.
All right. Is it free or do I need to pay?
I can do it for free.
Okay, you heard it here first.
I heard it right here. Hey, if
Donation
you live in
from
the
Blade.
neighborhood, we're talking.
All
Yeah.
right, mid-May.
Okay. It's on now.
I'll be texting.
All right.
Explain your nickname, Blade, please.
Well, coaches call me Blade like when I'm physical and aggressive, and that's just how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sharp, physical, also mowing.
I guess you could say that.
So I have
Now, Kate, hold on a second. I
Yeah,
know you
hold on.
didn't hear Dan the first time
Yeah.
because you're a whippersnapper, but you got to eat that mic or we can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So he says Blade. That means he's physical, sharp. Coaches called him. When did that nickname begin?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it was around like maybe week 3 or week 4,
Okay.
and then started to go more in like when I played Mount Zion.
So it's recent.
Yeah.
And I remember that Mount Zion game.
Yep.
You shut down a Division I athlete. You can't say that, but I can. Held him to like 20 yards, I believe, and
Yeah.
strip, fumble, other things.
Yep.
Shout out to Blade. This is a 5-part question.
All right. Let's hear it.
Second part is, you have other nicknames.
I do.
Can you explain JSP?
JSP. Okay. That one came from my mom originally.
Shout out to Dana.
Because my middle name's Jasper.
Oh,
So
we're going to use that on Friday night.
It just came from Jasper to JSP. I don't know how she came up with it, but that's just
JSP.
how it formed, yeah. And then my teammates call me that too.
Oh, very good.
Family.
All right,
unit.
so JSP Blade. Third part of the question. I've heard this growing up. Baby Cater J. How'd that one come about?
Well, Cater J's always been my nickname since I've been growing up. Just
That was my fourth part.
yeah, and then I don't know how the baby got thrown in front of
Probably
it.
because Ethan's bigger and stronger.
Nah. Yeah, I don't really know how the baby got thrown in front of it, but it did.
All right, then I understand there might be a fifth one because you just covered Cater J. Baby Cater J, Cater J.
Okay.
Sugarcade, Sugarcane. Does that come from
I've
maybe
never
your
heard of
girlfriend?
that one.
Well, you're going to starting Friday night on Bulldog TV. I can tell you that right now.
Sugarcade, new nickname right here. You heard it here first.
All
Okay.
right.
Honest question for Kate, Baby Cater J. You came up big. You've grinded for 4 years. You've played receiver.
Yep.
You switched sides of the ball.
I did.
Tell me about your motivation to stay engaged and how that evolved and where you're at now and what your role is on the team and how you accept it.
Well, I just stayed motivated because I knew, like, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, you know? Like, I didn't want to just be bummed on the sideline. I easily could have done that. Just, like, stay active, keep grinding. I know my time's going to come. And I saw how much fun all the starters were having on the field. I was like, I want to have that. And if I keep working, then I can get towards that goal. So that just was my motivation.
Yeah, well, you proved yourself in the Mount Zion game. Then, of course, last week you were in a little different role, so it was fun to see you contribute in big ways. We look forward to senior night. Chad, did you have another question
actually.
for these guys?
So, Ray, we're celebrating senior week, senior night, tomorrow night, and you know that Coach loves to win more than anything. So even if it hurts his pride, he's not going to cut his nose to spite his face, right? Sure. Having that in mind, unless you're dropping balls and you deserve to be taken out, what I'm about to ask you to do, he's not going to take you out for. He wants to win. What is your very best Coach Adkins impression?
That's a big ask. I'm gonna have to go with the classic. Don't be a sophomore. That's a good one.
Okie dokie. That was exactly what I wanted.
And by the way, you guys look sharp as always. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you coming out tonight. I know you got a hot date, both y'all. We're going to let you go, be with your girls. And we'll be right back on the coach's couch. Guys, thanks. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
Happy
Thank
senior
you.
night. Enjoy
Appreciate
every
it.
second.
Thank you.
Support Bulldog Nation by by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo is your solution. The WMX2 Duo is perfect for interview, podcast, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo today. Shop the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators wanted.
This week in Bulldog Athletics is the leader in Mahomet junior high and high school athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps, all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo is your solution. The WMX2 Duo is for interviews, podcasts, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo today. Shop the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators wanted.
This week in Bulldog Athletics, Mahomet Seymour junior high and high school athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps of all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members. The goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and you can help support our, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo solution. The WMX2 Duo is perfect for interviews, podcasts, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo to the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators wanted.
This week in Bulldog Athletics is the leader Seymour junior high and high school athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps of all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, It's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs.
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo is your solution. The WMX2 Duo is perfect for interviews, podcasts, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo today. Shop the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators want.
This is where he doesn't tell us when. Hey, welcome back. Hey, thanks for hanging with us. By the way, it's a good thing RZ has a direct line to Elon. Once again, I'm pretty sure he called Elon. He got the Starlink going. Now we're on Starlink. Thank you, Elon. Thank you, RZ, for getting us back. Thanks for sticking with us. We kept the players around because we forgot a special part of this segment, which is the Coach Jon Adkins roast part of the segment, where our players get to ask Coach questions. Any questions. It's senior night. He wants to win. You guys are playing no matter what, so let it rip. We'll start with Mr. Cade, Blade, Baby Cater J.
It's kind of a basic question, but I know you spend a lot of time obviously doing football and everything. So what do you do like outside of football? Like what's your favorite thing?
It's funny you asked that, Cade, because I literally just said I was in a conversation last night. Someone was asking me how much longer am I going to do this and what's my timeline for coaching.
Yeah.
And I literally said, I don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing this. Mm-hmm. I truly don't have any other hobbies. I don't hunt. I don't fish. I don't do anything other than coach football and basketball. Okay. I mean, now that my kids are getting older and getting into stuff, I'm involved in watching them.
Yeah.
Flag football with the dream team here. My daughter's doing cheer. We do travel cheer competitions. So literally outside of those two things, it's pretty much football or hanging out with the family for me. So
I see. All right.
Raymond, you've been waiting your whole life for this.
I know how we celebrate after games. I want to know what Coach Adkins does to celebrate those big wins.
Great question. So you might not believe this, but since Coach Adkins was in high school, after every single game, I would go home. I would not go hang out with my girlfriend or my friends. I would go home and I would turn on the news because I wanted to watch the highlights of the area teams that we play, and I wanted to see what they did that night of the game.
Shocker.
I literally still do that to this day. I'll go home. I like to watch the news. I like to see what happens. I love to check the scores. So, like when we're on away games, one of the first things I do when I get on the bus is get on the score zone and see who beat who. And, oh, my gosh, how did that happen? I can't wait to watch the film. So I know it might sound crazy because that's who I am, but literally that's what I do after games because I want to find out. I want to know as much as I possibly can about every team. So,
any other questions, guys? You good?
Dan, I don't know if you knew this, but and we'll talk about it later as we get into most of the senior stuff, but I've been privileged enough to know these two since they were in 7th grade. One of them was on the team, and the other one was a manager for
Basketball.
me. And obviously Ray started for us, and his big body and athletic ability, he was a good player. Cade was the kid that you loved to be around. Like, he would do anything for you. He would mop the floor when
He'll mow your lawn,
wouldn't even ask him to. And one of the things that I'll never forget was at the end of that 7th grade year, and I don't even know if Cade remembers this because I still have it to this day, but Cade handmade me a thank you card and drew on it like he's a better artist than I am, but literally handmade me a thank you card just thanking me for allowing him the opportunity to be around his buddies and be at practice every day. And these are just two of the 22 examples that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But I've been privileged enough to watch these two grow up and couldn't be more proud of them and the men that they're becoming and just how they've kind of grown and matured throughout all these years. Really proud of them, really happy for them, and can't wait to watch them dominate tomorrow night.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck tomorrow night, guys. And you said it,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Everybody that's been on that you've invited to the Coach's Couch has been just exemplary in every way, shape, and form. I'm always impressed by our kids here, and we know it takes a village. Shout out to their parents and the whole community for raising these young men. We look forward to your future off the field, but more importantly, we look forward to tomorrow night. I want to see some domination. So, guys, now you're ready to go. You can go get your girlfriend some flowers or whatever you do, and we'll take a 30-second. Elon Starlink costs money. We got to pay him. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be right back on the Coach's Couch.
This week in Bulldog Athletics is the leader in Mahomet Seymour Junior High and High School athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps of all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo is your solution. The WMX2 Duos are interviews, podcasts, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo today. Shop the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators wanted.
This week in Bulldog Athletics is the leader in Mahomet Seymour Junior High and High School athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps of all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the Coach's Couch. We have our next segment. We're a little out of order tonight. We call this one Chalk Talk. We're still looking for a sponsor. Make sure you reach out to the Coach's Couch. You can be a sponsor for this segment. We still got plenty of episodes left this season, but also we're looking forward to 2025 as well. So reach out to the Coach's Couch and sponsor this segment. Normally, we have some assistant coaches, but this week we decided, since it's senior night, we really need to focus on the seniors, and nobody knows them better than you, Coach. So we're going to grill you a little bit. There's 22 of them. Basically, offense, defense. We're going to start with the offense. Chad, why don't you get started with our seniors?
I just want to say one really quick thing. that I really appreciate the focus that the coaches put on senior week, senior night. You don't just say it like there's been times in years past where we've thrown out ideas to you and you're like, no, this is about the players, this is about the seniors. So I'll compliment to them. I've put together the list of 22. I'm sorry if I dropped anyone. I don't think I did, but let's just go. We're going to rapid fire. I'm going to name a name and your reaction. Say whatever you want about this player.
Your challenge is to try to keep it short, as hard as it's going to be. We've got 22, and
we only have one VHS tape. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the offense.
What's that? Only senior citizens. Speaking of seniors,
I'll just wait for Dan.
Wow.
Okay, let's start with the offense.
8 tracks.
Braden Lamb.
Lambo. Utility player. I talked about this the other day when he was on the segment. Just so proud of that kid and everything he's been through, and everything he's overcame, to work as hard as he did to get to be our utility guy. What a special player he is for us, and so proud of him.
Lucas,
this is going to be hard. I want you to know that this is going to be really hard.
I think people would like to see a little emotional stuff. Heck, I even got almost teared up here listening to.
I'm trying to save it for tomorrow night.
Well, save it for tomorrow. It's your show. Lucas Dyer.
Best quarterback I've ever coached.
Whoa. Ray Long.
Oh, man, you just got a chance to meet Ray, and man, when we found out about his condition, I was so worried that the kid, might not ever get to play sports ever again, and what would his health be like for the rest of his life. Just so proud of him for how he's persevered through all this and stayed positive through it all, and then to be able to come on top of it and have the success that he's having. And he's an incredible baseball player. You can't wait to watch his senior year in baseball. But just really, really proud of him and happy for him.
Trey Peters.
King. That's what they call him. He's the king. Again, we've talked about it many times, but the adversity that he went through to have your senior season cut short, and not know what your future might hold, and then the top of the roller coaster to get your dream school offer. Just incredibly proud of him. Happy for him.
Cut short, Ray does, and then he comes back.
You talk about a roller coaster of emotions for me too. Yeah, no doubt.
Colton Metcalf-Pullis.
The beast. 3-year starter for us, man. He's a beast. He plays left tackle for us. That's usually where you put your best offensive lineman. There's a reason he's there. Again, great leader in the weight room. Love his energy. You'll see it. He's going to be one of the first kids taking the field tomorrow night, sprinting down the field. Awesome. Just awesome kid.
Tyson Finch.
Solid. Just again, I literally told our kids Wednesday night after practice, he earned my Gatorade just because I'm so proud of how consistent he's been. He actually got to start as a freshman, believe it or not, against Richwoods. His freshman year, we put him in when we were down there, and he's been a 3-year starter after that. And again, he's the one and only kid that gets to touch the ball on every single play. That's how much trust that we have in him. And he's been rock solid for us.
Aiden Kroll.
Oh, man, Kroll, you talk about multi-talented. He'll get the start tomorrow night at right guard. I'm happy for him. Most people probably know his dad up there in the stands yelling and cheering, go Bulldogs and go defense. But no, Aiden's incredible in the band as well. Great student. And again, another Blue Dot member who I'm so happy that he gets the opportunity to start for us tomorrow night because he deserves it. He's done so many great things for us on scout team. We call it our win team because that's how we win, is guys like him giving the good effort of that opposing team's plays. And yeah, I'm happy for Aiden tomorrow night.
This next name, I think, was a surprise to at least Dan and I, just because we weren't a close follower, but with Trey Peters and Ray Long's challenges, Mason Orton.
Man, again, Mo, congrats to him, and obviously he's going to go play college baseball next year, and he got his D1 offer that he absolutely deserves. Lefty pitcher, you don't find many of them. He throws hard, but again, for us, he's been that rock solid of consistency. He's one of the smartest kids we have on our team. You saw it when Ray went down before the season. We put Mo in Ray's spot, because Trey was still in there. Obviously, then Trey goes down and Ray comes back. So now we move Mo over to Trey's spot. That's just the type of kid he is. Again, he's a utility guy for the wideouts because he's so smart and knows exactly what he's supposed to do on every single play, no matter where you put him. And he's reliable. Again, you can see the stats for yourself. It's always great to have seniors out there and their leadership. And again, sometimes Mo's got a sophomore right next to him who he's kind of helping along and grooming. So yeah, just really proud and thankful of Mo and everything that he's done.
There are those athletes out there where you know it's just in them. It's in their family, right? And in 4 years, I'm very confident you're going to see a relative of this next one's. I had the privilege of coaching him for 3 years. Hammer time. Oh, man, Hammer.
Again, just consistent. He started last year as a junior for us. And had a great year as a junior. We knew coming back into his senior year that he was going to be one of our focal points, and he's produced. Again, he's kind of picked up the slack when Ray was down, and now that Trey's down, again, he's kind of that other go-to guy. He's been a feature for us in many games and has proven that he's capable of being that go-to guy, whether it's third down and we got to get the first down or whether it's a deep shot where he ran by everybody. There's no question that Hammer Time is going to get the job done for you, whatever you ask of him.
The last one on the list, in no particular order, Channing Byers.
You know, I'm not afraid to say this in public because I've said it behind closed doors many times, not only to him, to our leadership group, but to our entire team. He's one of the best leaders I've ever had in the program. Just his natural charisma that he has about him, the way that he can command a room when he walks in. He might tell a joke, but he also knows when it's time to be serious. And the kids listen to him. They follow him. And he just has that presence about him. And for him to be able to take that and use it in the right way, again, I talk all the time about our senior leadership. He's one at the top. You know, he's one of those kids in our leadership program, one of our captains who is definitely leading this team down the right path. And I'm just really happy and proud of Channing for being a great leader for our ball club.
Well, that rounds out the offensive side. Dan, I hope you got my text earlier for the defensive side, if you can take that.
Yeah, I'm happy to take the better side of the ball. Coach, before we get into the defense, I want to say this is our best crowd to date. I could tell you're getting emotional, so I'm gonna fill some time here while you're gathering yourself. Everybody that's here tonight, come back next Thursday. Well, next Thursday we'll be in your office. Come on over. He's got open hours. It's parent-teacher conference. I know you all have PE, so come on out to the aerobics room, a.k.a. Coach Adkins' office. We'll be live 6:15. Thank you for coming. Orsley, I'm not listening to you. This is the coach's couch. Coach, what I love about you is that you are truly emotional during this segment, and it means a lot to these players and these parents, and you're actually making me emotional right now. Let's talk about your defense, my favorite side of the ball by far. Let's get started with Hayden Hart.
Yeah, so again, just another multi-talented kid. You know, if you see him on the wrestling mat, you know, he's incredible, does a great job. He's a 4-year football player and a 4-year wrestler. You know, he's kind of been in a rotation with us as far as the defensive line is concerned. But again, he always shows up each and every day, works incredibly hard. I'm going to get the start tomorrow night at nose guard, and I'm excited to see I'm excited to see how hard he plays, and hopefully, I told him tonight, hopefully he gets a sack on the first play. That would be awesome.
Love that. Next up, somebody that's kind of near and dear to my heart because he works for me in the summer, Clayton Crowley. Talk about Clayton.
Man, again, I got a chance to talk this week to our team about, what it means to be a Bulldog. And I think when you hear that word, if I want somebody or some guys, several of these guys, but Clayton Crowley is probably the definition of a true Bulldog football player. And here's what I mean by that. That this kid has not only transformed himself from how he was as a freshman, he's just grown up athletically, literally transformed his body, became so much more athletic, but is a true Bulldog player because of the teammate that he is. Again, Clayton hasn't got to play much at all, throughout his 4 years, but he's still a Blue Dot member. He still shows up each and every day. I loved he got to speak to the kids tonight in our walk the field, and what he had to say was just incredible. Anytime, again, you can find a player like that who probably doesn't get all the hype and the fame and the playing time and whatnot, but for him to say what he said about what it means for him to be on the team and to be a Bulldog football player, I can't thank him enough, and I'm so proud of him, again, for all that he's done. And he's getting to start tomorrow night as well, so maybe it'll be a battle between him and Hayden to see who gets the sack on the first play. That'd be pretty sweet.
Love that. I'm rooting for UCC. Next up, we've got Noah Scott.
Noah Scott. Okay, so again, Noah's a kid who's bounced around a lot, always trying to find a spot for him. We moved him to DN so he could play there a little bit. He's our utility guy at linebacker. If any one of those three goes down, he's going in any one of those spots. Channing Byers got hurt last week, and we didn't have an H-back. So sure enough, we went right to Noah Scott, and we made Noah learn it literally in 2 days. And then Noah goes out against Effingham and plays H-back for us the whole game and did a great job. Again, it's kids like that here I go again. Just awesome, man. I'm so proud of Noah and to be able to, again, keep his head down, stay focused, even though he's not maybe a starter at linebacker. Something as simple as filling in at the H-back for us last week was so vital and so pivotal to our team's success. Just awesome. Just awesome.
Speaking of linebackers, let's get right to the next two. Henry Wagner.
Oh, man. Gonna miss him for sure. When I had his brother for that 1 year, I kind of saw what the Wagner family might be capable of. And Ben was an awesome job. He did an awesome job for us at linebacker. And so then to get Henry for 2 years, started last year as a junior, and then certainly this year has just continued to get better and become more of a leader for that linebacking group and the defense as a whole. He's awesome. Again, Henry is always consistent. He's always going to be in the right spot. He's going to make the correct reads 99% of the time. He's a solid football player that, again, it's going to be big shoes to fill, trying to fill Henry Wagner's, no doubt.
Speaking of big shoes, we've got we've got a fan club here for the next one. The Esker fam, well represented. Let's talk about Ethan Esker.
Man, again, you talk about definitions. I think this kid is the definition of a dog. I just love the way he plays the game of football. He can be the nicest kid off the field. He loves cracking jokes. He's always got a smile on his face, and has been such a great leader for our defense, for our team as a whole. But, man, when he straps it up, he is fearless. I mean, he's gotten some starts as a sophomore, had a really good junior year, and has been an absolute leader for our defense this year. Again, I made this comment earlier in the week as well. We moved Henry around. We took Brock out of the box. We put Bo back on the D-line. The one consistent we've had at linebacker has been Ethan Esker. And, again, there's a reason for that. We can trust him. He's been in the middle. He's been to the outside. He's always making our calls and our checks. And you don't want to get hit by him because I'm telling you, man, he's going to come at you 100 miles an hour, and he's going to knock your face off. There's no doubt. So, dog for sure.
He's a dog. Coach Collins, we got a dog that reminds us of Ethan on our team.
Dan, there's so many
that
people
we can
in here,
trust.
I actually can't hear what you're saying.
I know, I can't hear you either. But we've got a dog on our flag football team that reminds me, Ethan, that we trust.
Oh, absolutely.
Happens to be related to this guy.
Well, I wonder where that comes from.
Stay humble,
Yeah,
Jack.
don't tell him that.
Listen up. My favorite positions on the defense are 3 in a row here. The DBs. BG. Talk about Braden Garrett.
Man, so again, I told this kid, I told him when I met him in 7th grade how much he reminded me of, or how much he reminded me of him when I was his age. And again, just another kid to watch him grow up and mature and be a really good football player for us. Again, he kind of runs the secondary back there, always putting guys in the right spots, using his athletic ability to make plays. Started last year, had a great junior year. Again, has had a great senior year this year as well. Definitely going to miss him for sure.
All right, you're not done yet. Gather yourself. Connor Wilson's our next man up. Talk about Connor.
Yeah, so again, credit to Connor. Connor wanted to play football. He had never played football before last year. He moved in, had always been a lacrosse player, wanted to get involved in football because he was new to the school and he had heard about our family atmosphere and so he wanted to be a part of it. And again, the kids took to him so well. We call him Goat Boy for a reason. He used to wear goat socks because that was his lacrosse team. So we call him Goat Boy. But again, the kids have embraced him so well. He's enjoyed his 2 years here. Last year he played wide receiver for us. Again, wanted to play so bad. Literally, he had an off-season meeting with me and said, where do you see me next year? What can I do to get on the field? And so we'd kind of talked about some things, and he had a great off-season. So we decided to move him to DB, and he's done a really good job for us there this year, and just really proud of Connor and happy to have had him these last couple years in our program.
Coach, another DB. This one reminds me of a guy last year, Colby Crowley, a little bit, in that he kind of came out of nowhere this year, AJ Demos.
Yeah.
Talk about AJ.
Again, AJ's got that wrestler mentality in him. He'll stand toe-to-toe with you. He'll fight you in a football term way. He's going to be physical. We usually put him on to the boundary because that's where we know they like to throw screens to, and we know that AJ is going to get up in your grill and he's going to be physical with you. Again, just really happy for AJ. If you can rewind 3-4 years and see AJ as freshman year to what he is now, just a transformation in the growth that he's had physically, mentally, athletically overall, it's just been awesome to watch and kind of following in his brother's footsteps. His brother played for me too, and I know AJ's carrying on that name and making his brother proud for sure.
Yeah, Marine. He's a Marine. One guy that didn't come out of nowhere. I think we're going to call him Hit Stick. Madden, Hit Stick.
Yeah.
Rock Vanderveer. Talk about the impact, both sides of the ball, but specifically defense.
Yeah, we call him Brock Smash for
Hit
a
Stick.
reason. Yeah.
You call him what?
Brock Smash. But again, Brock moved in here going into his junior year and has been with us for 2 years, and you would never know it. The way that the kids took to him and then he kind of took to the kids and then kind of his leadership role overall. It's like they grew up together for many years, and it's been an awesome marriage, if you will, in the terms. He's been great for our program. Obviously, our kids have been great for him. And you're right, the kid just happens to be really good at football too. And so whether it's offense, him going in our diesel package and running the ball, or certainly defensively putting him in the middle of the field, kind of controlling everything, helping out in the run with the box guys, and then certainly helping out in the pass game as well. He's a special football player, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. There's no doubt about that.
Another secondary guy we're going to talk about next is Caleb Collins. Talk about Caleb.
Yeah, man, I love Caleb. Again, he's the definition of hard work and what hard work will get for you. Caleb literally worked his way into a starting role. We went all summer, even all of August, basically, where Caleb wasn't starting. And sure enough, that game week, it was one of those things. We couldn't take him off the field. We kept trying, hey, maybe this kid or maybe this kid, and Caleb Collins just kept showing up. And again, it's that consistency. He always knew what to do. He was always in the right spot and always gave great effort. And I'm really proud of Caleb, again, not only for earning that playing time, but then throughout the season of continuing to stay positive and continuing to have a great attitude. He has made our team so much better in all facets of what he does, whether it's kickoff teams, scout offense. The other day we threw him out there and said, hey, do you want to play wide receiver? And he said, absolutely, sign me up. And he did a great job at it. So it's kids like that again, maybe don't get their name in the paper, maybe don't get Division I offers and whatnot, but that's who makes up your team. That's where your culture comes from, is kids like Caleb Collins, and I'm sure the next kid that you're going to mention as well. Those are the kids that I love to be around for sure.
Speaking of kids that everybody loves to be around, Jack Jessup.
That's who I thought you were going to say next, and I'm glad you did, because I mentioned earlier, about Channing Byers being one of the best leaders, but everybody knows Channing, right? Channing is very outgoing. He's gets the playing time and gets his name called by you guys a lot, I'm sure. Jack is the kind of behind the scenes leader. He's the kid he's not outgoing, he's not flashy, he's not fancy, but you know what? He'll be the last one in the locker room, sweeping the locker room when no one's looking. He's staying after, making sure the bus is picked up after away games. Again, Jack is such a great leader for our program that it goes so much more than just playing time or stats or what people see on the field. It's guys like Jack that make your culture, they make your program as successful as it is, and we're going to miss his leadership next year. There's no doubt about it. So I'm really proud of Jack, and I told him tonight, I said, while Hayden and Clayton are getting the sack, I hope Jack J gets an interception, because I just love that kid, and I'm going to miss him a lot for sure.
Yeah, it's what you're doing when nobody's watching, and he's one of those guys, character guys. One of many. Last but not least, let's talk about J Speed, Baby Cater J, Blade, Sugar Cade.
Oh, Sugar Cade.
Let's talk about Cade Harrell.
Yeah, so again, you guys got a chance to talk to him tonight and meet him, and I've used this analogy a lot as well. He is absolutely the kid that you want to date your daughter. And I know I joke because my daughter's only 6, so I'm like, hey, slow down a little bit. But the analogy is there, right? Like he is your perfect kid. He's been raised very well by his mom and dad, who are here tonight. So shout out to them. But truth be told, he is just an incredible young man. Again, we literally had to make up the term Blade because we needed him to kind of be mean, right? He's just not a mean kid. He's a great kid. He's a very nice kid, whether it's in the halls, in the locker room. So we needed him to be able to flip that switch, if you will. And so that's why we came up with the term Blade.
Alter ego.
And he's done that, right? He's done exactly what we needed him to do. And I meant what I said. I still have that card from when he was a manager for me, and he literally handmade me a thank you card after the season was over, and I got it right there in my desk drawer where I keep a lot of my sentimental things, and it's stuff like that you never forget. Again, a kid who he never got playing time on the basketball court as a 7th grader. I was brand new to this town. He didn't know me from Adam, but for him to take the time to thank me for the opportunity for him to be a part of something and be around it just screams how special of a kid he is, and yeah, definitely going to miss Blade for sure.
That wraps up our seniors, and on that note, Baby Cater J, I need you not to be Baby Cater J tomorrow night. I need you to be Blade, and I know Coach wants you to be Blade. Keep Baby Cater J at home with your mom and your grandma. And with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with our sideline segment, your favorite, sponsored by the Bulldog Gridiron Club. We've got some good ones this week. We'll be right back. I think RZ has some highlights. We'll be right back on Coach's Couch.
Your Bulldog football game highlights are brought to you by This Week in Bulldog Athletics. Be sure to follow This Week in Bulldog Athletics on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok for your Bulldog Nation updates, information, and more. Go Bulldogs.
All right, folks, welcome back to Yo-Yo's. Appreciate the crowd tonight. It's actually hard to hear. I can't even hear Chad when he talks. But this is our segment we call Sidelines. This is where we take field questions from the audience. We field questions from during the week. If you have questions for next week, please like, share, subscribe to the Coach's Couch on Facebook and Instagram. The YouTube channel is live tonight. This one's sponsored by the Bulldog Gridiron Club. Thank you, BGC, for your sponsorship.
Hey, Dan.
We'll get right into it, Coach. I'm sorry. Yes, sir?
Is that where that hat came from? Where did that hat come from? No, I want one of those.
I already told you.
No, say it again.
Now, you know what I heard? He said this is a plug for the playoffs, assuming you take care of business.
We're already in.
Thank you, Coach.
Oh, I like it.
There's going to be a playoff apparel
Store.
Talk about. I don't know anything about it. Tell me.
Yeah, speaking of the Gridiron Club, this weekend it'll be all over the social medias. The store link is coming out, so get your playoff apparel. And I got a feeling this hat might be on there as well.
I should get, as much as I've pumped this up, I should get some royalties from this.
I have a feeling we're going to get some free ones. And by that I mean just 2.
All right, I interrupted you.
RZ wants one too. Make it 3. So we'll take that to the bank. Thank you. This segment is not sponsored by a bank. It's sponsored by Bulldog Gridiron Club. And we'll take 3 hats. Thank you, Coach. Sideline segment. We take questions. I've got one that came in legitimate. What do you mean? They're all legitimate. Andy Z out there in Mahomet asks, from the run, what superstitions on game day do you have, Coach? We've talked about this, but
we only have 20 minutes left of this segment.
Keep it short because we're already on overtime because your seniors went way too long, but rightfully so. So keep it to a minimum. But what game day Andy Z from the run?
I could have gone a lot longer on the seniors, but Chad told me to keep it short. So game day superstitions. So check this out. When I was a player, I was so much worse than I am now. I wouldn't let anybody touch the game balls. I had to sit in a certain spot and change out my cleats. Back then we had detachable cleats, screw. So I would change them out before every single game in the same spot. I would eat a Jimmy John's BLT in the same spot every day. I knew exactly how much it cost. I'd take the exact change. I was really, really bad when I was a player.
We couldn't even sit out of order tonight.
That's true. But honestly, shockingly, and I know my staff would be like, oh, yeah, whatever, I've gotten so much better that I only have maybe 100 superstitions now and not 500. No. I truthfully, now I do still eat Jimmy John's on game day.
Do you impose your superstitions on the players?
So that's what started this whole thing is last Thursday, okay, we're walking the field and all the kids are standing there in their lines and I won't start the stretch flex agility until Coach Pogue gets down on the field. And Coach Burns like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I got to wait for Coach. He has to do this. He does it every Thursday. We can't mess this up. And so he starts walking away, and I overhear 4 or 5 kids talking. They're like, oh, yeah, Coach Pogue better do this. We can't have any other coach do this. So I think it's naturally rubbed off on them, truth be told, that some of my crazy superstitions have now are their crazy superstitions. But I don't know. It's little stuff like that here and there. But truthfully, I just still like to eat Jimmy John's on game day, and I like to listen to my music. So
okay, Chad has to take a break.
That's about it.
I'm not sure what's going on over there, but I got another one. This one is from Bianca from Solace. Bianca asks, I don't know why you're laughing.
Bianca?
Maybe we don't tell you the question. Bianca from Solace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She asks,
what'd she ask?
She asks, I thought you were younger than I thought. ... Hold on.
Is there a follow-up question?
But isn't Brooks an old man shoe? I don't know if that's a question or comment, but
okay. So Bianca, thanks for checking out
from
my
Solace.
shoes. I am I am younger than I look. Thank you very much, Bianca. But no, I did this on purpose. I lost a bet. But Bianca, I am on my feet all day for my job, teaching PE and driver's ed. So if I'm going to be on my feet, I got to be comfortable. And these are actually legit, like, comfortable running shoes. So,
by the way, we're looking for a sponsor. Brooks, if you're out there, the old man daddy, the dad shoe of all time, sponsored by Coach Adkins. Thank you, Bianca from Solace, for that
and I can't
question.
afford Nikes, so how
Yeah,
about
you
that?
can't afford Nikes, but Under Armour, if you're out there, I know you're the school sponsor. Step up. Chad, did you have any?
Yeah, I actually do. I had to read this a couple times to make sure no one was going to get in trouble because it didn't seem right. But this is from Kelly from Mahomet. She says, Coach, when the season is done, where are you taking me on vacation? # my turn.
I feel like we know this person.
I feel like we interviewed this person a couple of weeks
I feel
ago.
like she's part of this Family Strong culture.
So I think she'll tell you that she knows I roll right into basketball season. Matter of fact, shout out to the 7th grade team. We start tryouts on Monday. So for at least 2 weeks, I'll do overlap. Hopefully I overlap a lot more than 2 weeks. That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, right after football, I roll right into basketball season. So she knows that we call the Kelly's got the spring season. It's the spring of Kelly. So, but as far as a destination, yeah, again.
Coach, let me save you. The answer is wherever she wants to go.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds like an
I think
all-inclusive.
are we
Sounds
at one
like an
more?
all-inclusive to me.
Who's paying for it?
This segment is sponsored by Bulldog Gridiron Club.
Okay.
Did I mention that?
Is that the end of the questions?
That's all I got. RZ, anything come in during the show? Nope. Nothing. So if you're watching live or you watch this back, please submit your questions. We need your questions. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Bianca. And thank you, Andy Z from The Run, for your questions.
Hey, don't forget tomorrow night. Tell them where to be.
Tomorrow night. Great point. Our sister station, Bulldog TV, the link is down below. We're live. We're senior night. We're going to air senior night live on Bulldog TV. Chad and I will be there as well, and we're going to call the game live. If you're in Mahomet, though, Coach wants you at the game. These seniors want you at the game. But if you can't be there, tune into Bulldog TV, like, share, comment, whatever they do, whatever the kids do. I don't know what they do. But do it. But if you're in the tri-state area, come to the game. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll wrap it up here on the Coach's Couch.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Greetings, Bulldog Nation. The Bulldog Gridiron Club is a non-profit organization made up of parents and community members whose goal is to enhance the reputation and tradition of Mahomet Seymour Bulldog football and cheerleading through financial support and community outreach. To learn more about what we've done, what we have planned, and how you can help support our student athletes, visit our website for more information. Go Bulldogs!
Looking for high-quality pro audio? Movo is your solution. The WMX2 Duo is perfect for interviews, podcasts, or presentations with its wireless, hassle-free audio. Upgrade your audio with Movo today. Shop the WMX2 Duo at movo.com. Movo. Creators wanted.
This week in Bulldog Athletics is the leader in Mahomet Seymour Junior High and High School athletics. Not only providing you with daily game recaps of all sports, but also providing captivating photography, graphics, and videography to showcase our Bulldog athletes. Give Twiba a follow on our socials, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.
Support Bulldog Nation by sponsoring Coach's Couch. Become a segment sponsor today and get your business featured in a 15-second ad during the show. Plus, enjoy a shout-out during your sponsored segment. Contact us at the information on your screen to secure your spot today.
Here with Coach Adkins at halftime, 42-0 at Effingham. Coach, solid first half, dominating. How do you keep your boys motivated coming out of the locker room in the second half to close out this for a Power Conference championship?
Great question. I think our message at halftime is going to be we've put in the work to reward these young kids. These young kids are the reason why it's 42-0 right now. They gave us a tremendous look all week this week in practice. Being number 7, you've seen what we've done to Weldon. He's one of the best. I've said it and I'll say it again. He's still a great running back. We've been able to shut him down because of what our scout team has done for us. And now these kids are going to get the entire second half to be rewarded and get some Friday night playing time that they absolutely deserve. I'm proud of them, and I can't wait for our starters to cheer them on just as hard as they cheer on for them.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We're dogs.
I love that.
All right, we're back. We're live. This has been an extended Coach's Couch because we had a lot of seniors we want to talk about. And by we, I mean Coach. So thanks for sticking with us. This is our segment. It's a wrap-up segment. Chad, you got anything to add?
Before we wrap it up, I know last week I talked a lot of smack to Coach Murph about how he was going to lose the Saturday flag football game. And I'll give credit where credit is due. Didn't turn out that way. I'll let you guys explain it. But Coach Murph, I stand corrected. Great game.
I'll say this. I'll take a little bit of responsibility. I couldn't be there Saturday.
You should have been.
For Chad. But Chad, I still credit you with a great tie. Ties are not a loss. And we'll see him in the playoffs.
I can tell you one thing, Coach Murph. If you are fortunate enough to make it to the playoffs, I'm going to baffle you with disguise coverage. We're going to show 2, send in 6. You won't know what to do with it.
I love it.
And Coach Murph, if you're watching, and I know you are, we've got scouts at every one of your games going out. You won't hide anything from our team.
No, we won't. What we will do is wrap this show up, Dan.
You know what? It's senior night tomorrow night. Once again, can't wait for it. It might be our last home game. We hope it's not. We hope we're hosting a playoff game, but come out to Frank Dutton Field, honor these seniors. Let's see a win. That's a wrap for tonight. Thanks to Coach Adkins. Thanks to Chad Collins. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks to RZ.
RZ,
Cletus.
the man behind the man, the reason this show exists, Ryan Ziegler. We'll see all y'all tomorrow night. You'll see all of us at Bulldog TV. Tune in if you're not around. That's a wrap.